Hello guys, today I'm going to talk about how you can use this electric heating system that warms up your car cabin and then also warms up the engine as an option, but generally it's used to warm up your car cabin. So there are very many types of this, but I'm going to show you three of the most common type. This is the first type, and it's more digital than the other two that I'm going to show you later. So let's see how you can set this up. The way it works is such that if you set it that you are going out at a particular time, let's say 12 o'clock, it's going to start working 2 hours before that time. So it's going to start maybe at 10 o'clock and then work 2 hours and then stops and then returns to and then go through that cycle every day except you change it. So how does it work? These buttons you can see, the C1, C2, and then there is the one in the middle, that's for the clock. The first thing you want to make sure you check is to see if the actual clock is correct, and to do that what you do is you tap on this button and you can see the clock itself. It says 10:27. You can double sure to see that it's correct. It corresponds with the actual time. So what you do is let's say you are going out at 12 o'clock. So you want to make sure that for the user on this right hand side, on my right hand side, so what you want to do is just tap to set it to 12 o'clock. And as a note, this time works 24 hours. So 12 o'clock is 12 o'clock noon. And if it's going to be midnight, then it's going to be probably 23:59 or 0:00. So what you do is you tap this button to set it. For example, we're going out 12 o'clock. You set this to 12 o'clock. You keep tapping until it gets to 12 o'clock. You can use the plus to increase and then use the minus to decrease the time. So this is 12 o'clock. So it means right now it should be working. It should turn on. And you see it says it's on. So it's going to start working right now because it's after 10 o'clock and it work all the way to 12 o'clock. So that's the way it goes. Thank you. So this is the second most common type of the heating system that warms up your car cabin, and then sometimes it warms up your car engine also. So this is not as digital as the first one, but it works almost the same way. It's going to start working 2 hours before your departure time that you set up, and then keep that it keeps the cycle on and on until you probably change it to some other time. And what you want to notice, you need to check to know that the time for this is correct. Right now, the way you can check the time is this arrow indicates what time it is. So this is 16 o'clock, that's 4 o'clock, and this is 18, which is 6 o'clock. So it's in between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock. So the one in the middle simply means it's at 5 o'clock, 1700. So but that of course is not correct because right now it's about 10:30. So the first thing you want to do is to make sure that the time is set correctly, that correspond with the actual time. So there are to do that, there are two things you need to know. There is this outer circle, this is the black one that I'm tapping right now, and then there is the main one that you don't need to tap, and that's the one you can go like this. So to set the time, what you want to do is, without pushing the black circle, you don't need to push it down, you just need to drag it along. Just hold it and then drag it clockwise. You can see the arrow, it says you need to drag to set the time, you need to drag it clockwise. So what I want to do, I want to set it to 10:30. So I keep dragging it. This is 10 o'clock, don't forget. So this is 10 o'clock, but I want to set it to 10:30. So it has to be between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So I need to drag it a little bit more. So you have to try to be as precise as possible. This is 10:30, so the time is set correct now. So what you want to do is, let's say just like the other one, we want to go out this one want to go at 1 o'clock. So we want it to start working from 11 o'clock till 1 o'clock. Our actual time, departure time, is 11 o'clock. So what we need to do, we just need to set our departure time, then it's going to work itself from 2 hours before the departure time. So for our example, we're going out at 1 o'clock. So what we need to do is, this is this red button and this green button in the between, that's the time it's going to work. It's 2 hours. So what we want to do is we set this arrow between the time we are going out and then before the time we go out. So we keep pushing it. Don't forget we are going out at 1 o'clock. So we need to make sure that the red button, which indicates the time is going to stop, is located at that time when we are going out. So we keep pushing. It's now at 12 o'clock. We keep pushing it. We keep pushing it. This is 1 o'clock. So you're going to see this. There's this gray button. It's going to indicate, it's going to click a little bit. So it means now that once it is 11 o'clock, it's not 10:30. When it's 11 o'clock, then the timer is going to start working from 11 o'clock and it's going to work all the way to 1 o'clock. And if you don't change it, then it's going to repeat that cycle. If you always go out, for instance, at 1 o'clock every day. I hope this is helpful. Thank you. This is the last part, the last type of this heating system that I wanted to talk about today. And this is also, it also works almost similar to the first two in that it's going to start 2 hours before your departure time and work all the way down, and then stops once it's your departure time. So with this, you don't need to set the actual time. I mean, what time it is on the clock right now to correspond with this. No, the only thing you need to do, you need to set like a countdown. Let's say it's 10:30 now, and then we are going out at 10:30 at night. So what we want to do is just to set is to count down from now to 10:30 at night, which is 12 hours. So this is from here to here, from 0. I don't know if you can see this. From 0, then it's like this. If you keep setting it like this, if you rotate once, then it's 12 hours. So we are going out at 10:30. From now to 10:30, it's 12 hours. So what we want to do is to make sure that this arrow on top of here is located at 12. So we move it and then leave it at 12 o'clock, at 12. So it means it's going to start counting down, move like this, and then when it gets here, which is 10 hours from now, it's going to start working and then walk from here to here, 2 hours. And then it means it's going to start from about 8:30 at night and then walk all the way to 10:30, which is our departure time at night. But let's say we are going out tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning, 10:30 a.m. in the morning. So instead of putting it at 12, then we have to put it at 24. So our 24 is 0. So it's going to start, it's going to count down from here. Gradually it's going to start counting down, and then when it gets here, which is probably going to be around 8:30 in the morning tomorrow, and then it's going to work from here, and then it's going to stop when it's 10:30 tomorrow morning. So with this, what you need to do is just to check when you're going out. Of course, when you know the time you're going out, you need to look at how many hours is left from that time. So let's say, okay, I'm going out it's now 10:30, I'm going out at 2:30. That's like 4 hours from now. What I need to do is just to move it like this. Don't forget, move it clockwise, move it like this, and move it to 4. So it's going to start counting down 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours. And when it is 2 hours before my departure time, it's going to start working and then walk all this way. So by the time I'm going out 2:30, by the time it's 12:30 is going to start working and then walk all the way to 2:30, which makes the countdown to 4 hours. So that's how this works. A couple of things to note. Anytime you are working with this, you need to make sure that this is the main switch. You need to make sure it's in the on location, which is up, and then these are the individual switch for both channels. So always make sure that this is also turned on. And I'm going to show you also some other things that you need to note, like this. Make sure that you plug it correctly, because if you are able to set everything and you don't plug it correctly, then I'm afraid that's not going to work. And then let's see. And then one other thing you want to also make sure you do is now, because I am the one of the users that's why it's working. You want to make sure that also after setting everything, let me turn this on. Let me turn it off. So you want to make sure that after setting everything, you want to be sure that this switch is also in the on the on side, which is this minus. So when you push it on, because if you set everything, when you set everything and you don't remember to put it on, it's just like you haven't done anything. And also I want you to know that these options, there are two. This one is going to warm the cabin of your car, but there's also another option where it can warm up your engine. What it does is there is a like a heating system located right down the oil pan. It's going to warm up the oil, so I'm going to make it easier for your car to start up without so much stress. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for staying all the way to this time. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. God bless. Bye.